channel. Today is Tuesday, December 16th. It's 4:35 p.m. We're going to go over this morning's trade and the trade I just took. So let's jump into it. So looking at the market on the 15-minute, we can see we kind of have rolled over on itself and we're kind of in a bearish trend. So overnight Asia session, we put in a lower low right here and we kind of pumped up. Overnight session, we created this 15-minute gap right here. We pumped up, broke through it, and then we kind of held above it after we retraced into it. So this lower low right here that we created was from a gap that we filled over here. I believe it was a 15-minute gap right here. Yep. So it was this 15-minute gap right here. Boom. All right. Okay. 15-minute gap filled, and we pumped up. All right, so coming into market open, I think there was news today. All right, so Tuesday we had news at 5:30 and 6:45. So 5:30 was this bearish candle right here. 5:15, 5:30, market kind of just chopped around into the gap. We filled the gap at 6:45 news. So 6:45, we came up and took out Asia high. We swept Asia high and took out some of this liquidity in this chop. There wasn't really any higher time frame entries right here, but I did find a trade on the lower time frame. We can see 5-minute still pretty choppy, not really any entries, but on my executions, I took a trade right here on the 1 minute. So 1 minute trade, I was able to take an entry off of this pretty big 1 minute fair value gap. So 1 minute gap, whatever, you get the point. 1 minute gap right here, and took the short to the downside. So with this short, I targeted both the bottom of the fair value gap, but disregarding that, I was targeting this 1 minute gap. So this 1 minute gap was the target, as well as this drawn liquidity section right here and these lower lows. So I got in at 247, which was right around here, 247, and I got out at 25189, 25189. So I've got this whole push down. Unfortunately enough, I wasn't able to take that on any of my accounts because they were down this morning. So I just took this on paper trading, which was still nice because again, it's always good practice. It's always good to take a trade. So got that one. As we can see over here on Top Step, there's no trades shown for today. And the other trade I took was right over here in Asia. Kind of messed this one up a little bit, but that's okay. It was a higher time frame. It was a higher time frame read, kind of. I was looking for a push down for Asia to sweep out this low right here. Right? I wanted price to break through this 15-minute gap and target lower, but unfortunately, that's not what happened. So this would have been on my loose accounts, right? So on the 5-minute time frame, we can see I went short with 8 contracts because they're brand new. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go short on some of them. So again, we had this 15-minute gap right here, and there was a 5-minute gap right here that price rejected off of. This was the trade, and see I went at 25278, so 25278, and I got out at 25290, so 290, somewhere up here. Little unfortunate. I think it was a loss of $200 across 3 of my accounts. So the performance, trade number 1 down $200. I'm not tripping about it. And again, across 3 accounts right there. But those are the 2 trades I took this morning. I do have a daily loss on this, so I won't be able to trade this until Thursday. So that's kind of funny, but it is what it is. I'll trade my Top Step accounts tomorrow, and we'll get back to it. If you liked the recap, let me know. Leave a like, drop a comment, and I'll probably post another one tomorrow with the Top Step if I find a good trade. But deuces. I'll catch you guys in the next one.